In real life, Mr. Freddie Carter over here is a 17-year-old centre-back who plays for Eastbourne Borough. But I've changed him into becoming a striker and maybe giving him a bit of a current ability and definitely a bit of a potential ability bump. So here is Mr. Freddie Carter. He is currently 17 years old. So he has already played some football at Cray in the Isthmian Premier Division. Now I'm not really sure what's happened with his career because he's gone to Gillingham on a free. Then he's been in the youth leagues, I'm assuming there. Then he's come here to Cray and Feathersham on loan, and somehow he's back at Eastbourne. I don't really know how this worked, but hey, Freddie, it's all right. We believe in you. And hopefully, the 17-year-old who's on just £350 in a week, which is going to be important in a second, well, let's see what he can do this season because it looks like he's going to be staying at Eastbourne. Well, the first order of business today is finding Mr. Freddie Carter somewhere to live. And I think I've done just that. I found him a one-bedroom flat in the heart of Eastbourne. I don't actually know if it's in the heart of Eastbourne. Apologies for the fan, by the way. My laptop is struggling. So it's just a titchy little flat. It's not really got much to say about it. One bedroom, and for £179 a week. It's within his budget, and you can't really go wrong. Right then, let's simulate to January and see how Freddie Carter's career is going. Right then, it is January the 1st. Let's see how Freddie Carter's getting on and whether or not he decides to make a move this January. And here is Freddie Carter. He's made 17 appearances for Eastbourne, which is pretty good. But he's only got one goal. Now, I might know why he's only got one goal, and it might have something to do with us changing him from a centre back to a striker. So, if we take a look at his attributes, are they very defensive? Not necessarily. Well, tackling is 11. So maybe if we just turn some of this down and put that here in like finishing or something like that, hopefully he'll become a better striker instead of being more of a centre back. But without looking at that, we can see that he is obviously getting the game time at Eastbourne despite not doing very well. Most of them are starts. And we saw that he is wanted by Wellington Phoenix on loan. Now, that is a weird one. An A-League team based in New Zealand, I'm pretty sure, want to get Freddie Carter on loan? Now that sure would be an interesting move. Well, the January transfer window is up, and he is not at Wellington Phoenix, but he's also not at Eastbourne. He has made the move to Manchester City for just £16,000, which could rise to £48.5 thousand. Sorry, Manchester City have acquired the services of Freddie Carter, and I'm not happy about it, not one bit. This means that Freddie's probably not going to get any game time for the rest of the season. He's not going to be able to improve because he's not getting that game time. And he'll just be lingering in the under 21s for a while before he probably goes out on loan next season. The only good thing out of this deal is that he's got £9,500 out of it. And with a new move comes a new house. We've got him this lovely 3-bedroom flat which he's renting for £276 per week, which is barely eating into his wage budget. And this place, it looks pretty nice. It's a little bit cramped for someone who's making over 9 grand a week, but he's saving up to buy something of his own one day. Right then, it is the end of season one, and straight off the bat, things are not looking good for Freddie Carter. He's been made eligible for the Man City under 18s. Does that mean he's not even good enough for the under 21s? Let's take a look. He's played no games for Man City, which is expected. He's played, what, no games for the under 21s? Is that what I'm seeing? This is really confusing. Somehow his wage has gone up to £10,000 a week, but literally nothing has happened to Freddie. It was at this point I encountered some technical difficulties. The game, for some reason, then said he had one current ability, so that has been fixed and everything. And it says that he has 100 or around 100 current ability at the moment. I've simmed a couple of weeks ahead. He's no longer eligible for the under 18s, and I think we're back on track. So I'm sorry about that, but let's see if Freddie Carter goes on loan in his second season. While I was doing some work behind the scenes, it looked likely that Freddie Carter would be making a loan move to newly promoted League Two side Chesterfield. But now that I've simulated through to September, it seems that Freddie Carter is going to be staying at Man City until at least January. And well, January has come and gone. And the reason I'm not showing you any game footage at the moment is because there is nothing to show you. Freddie Carter is being wasted away at Man City. But hopefully next season, maybe I might need to interfere and get him on loan. Because he's just going to be sitting there at Man City all season. And well, we might have something interesting here. Because Freddie Carter, there's not much to say. He has got 115 current ability, which is not bad at all. He could slowly start to break into some teams. He did get one appearance in the Premier League off the bench for Man City, scoring 9 goals for the under 21s, which it's all right. It's a little bit risky. The price has gone up because of that appearance. He is also earning £500 a week more, which is very nice. I wish we could scout him and try and find out why and all the details of his contract. Actually, I'm pretty sure we can do that. I'll do that in a second. But let's not get carried away because he is wanted for loan and he is loan listed, and the club that wants him is Troyes. Estac Troyes, or I don't know how to say it French. Listac. Well, they want him, and I've taken a look at their senior squad, and they don't have a proper striker. They have Savio, who we all know is kind of a wonder kid in himself, isn't he? Let's take a look at him. Oh, he's okay. Maybe he's not as much of a wonder kid in game as he is in real life. But essentially, they have no striker whatsoever. And they're in League Two, and I think that this would be a great move for Freddie Carter to get his career up and running again. Okay, so before we get into all of the loan shenanigans, this is Freddie Carter's contract. He is obviously on £10,567 per week at the moment, and we can see here that he has a 5% yearly wage rise, which is what has got him to this wage at the moment. He does also have some bonuses, which I think are really, really good. A £2,875 appearance fee is pretty decent. The only problem is he's only made one appearance. And he's got a decent goal bonus as well, and an unused substitute fee of 1,900 quid. I'm sure that he'll be using that quite a bit last season. Now, there's nothing really here. Release clauses, nothing here either. But here, this is interesting. If he gets just 15 appearances for the club, his wage skyrockets to £15,500 a week, which would be ridiculous. And he does have a optional 1 year extension on his deal, and there's nothing else there. So the deal does run out in 2027, but it's a pretty nice contract, to be honest. I'm not sure if I even want to touch him. And just yesterday, Freddie Carter made the move from Manchester City to Troyes on loan for the season. He is currently unregistered, which is not very clever now, is it? But there is something interesting about this loan deal, and it is these clauses. He can play for Man City while he is at Troyes. That just does not make any sense. And is he making £2,600 a week on top of this 10,500, or 8,000? So £8,000 being paid from Man City and £2,600 being paid from Troyes, but he can play for his parent club. So you could see him playing in League 2 and Premier League at the same time. Now, I doubt that would happen, but that would be pretty cool. Now, let's him to the end of the season to see how Freddie Carter gets on in League 2. Okay then, this is probably one of the first season really where I'm properly excited about what has happened to Freddie. And, oh, that's not that much of an increase. He's only played 11 games in League 2. No, come on now. And he's played twice for Man City. But look at this, he's played well both times as well. Oh, you've got to be joking. He scored three goals in the cup from 4 appearances as well. So he's played. Why haven't they played him? He's got 6 goals. He's got a player of the match. He's been playing well when they've played him, but they haven't. Maybe it's because we had that policy where he could play for his parent club as well, which probably wasn't a good policy for Troyes and wasn't a good policy for Freddie Carter. And that's made me a little bit sad. And I just want to see here, his current ability has gone up quite a bit to 136. That's not that bad at all, to be honest, especially for a 20-year-old. But his transfer value has actually gone down this season. This is yee. I did not think it would be like this season. That is very disappointing. Well, I guess we're gonna end this video on a sad note. That's it for today's episode. Make sure to subscribe to watch the second episode and continue Freddie's career.